Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders Singh. What's current? Cardi B, one of the hottest rap acts in the last 6 years. She's embroiled in a lawsuit with Tasha K, which Tasha K lost, and she still wants her to pay up the money. And I was going to do that story, but then I then I just did a quick search for Cardi B online, and the real trending topic is not the fact that Cardi B wants her $4 million or $3.2 million to be exact from Tasha K. It's not the fact that she, is in a position to, demand for that money. It's not the fact that her lawyers are, championing her and making sure, she has the wherewithal to get that cash from Tasha K, who also, might I add, filed for bankruptcy because she said I can't pay her. That's the whole point of bankruptcy. It's not like I ain't got the money. I just ain't got the money. I can't pay you right now. I can't pay you right now. So I have to file for bankruptcy, start all over, clear the slate, and get it going. Get this money again. So that's what Tasha K's case is. But Cardi B, the main story, I can't. She threw a microphone into the crowd, and it hit one of the fans, and that person sold it for nearly $100,000 at auction on eBay. So that's the main focus of my half of the show. People were saying they were hoping for $5,000, but had no clue. But it's going for charity. It seems to me. One moment, hold on. Go into the Wounded Warrior Project of and Friendship Circle, Las Vegas, as well. So those are pretty credible places to send your money. Absolutely. But I just thought that was funny because she got very emotional, and she was very close to being charged. She could have found herself in some hot water, and possibly giving up some M's. If she had struck somebody in the head, struck a small child in the crowd. I don't know what the venue was, or she struck an adult in the crowd. There would have been a problem. There would have been a whole issue based on what she had. But it seems to me that Cardi B is smarter than the average. I have to give her a credit. She knows what she's doing. She's very calculating. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a negative way. She's calculating. She knows her role. She can put out a song and it'll go viral like that. She has no problem, with her music not being heard. Or, she has, control over that. What she didn't have control over was her arm. Because apparently, allegedly, somebody threw some liquid or a drink on her while she was performing. And she just panicked and just did the first thing that came to mind was just chuck the microphone. Just get rid of it. Just throw it out there. Boom. Just throw it. So that's what she did. She had, every, understanding of what in that brief moment that she would be defending herself in a sense, I guess. She didn't. I guess there was no time for her to really rationalize and think and use reason to not possibly hurt somebody. Nobody was injured. The microphone was recovered and was it was made to it was understood to be the exact microphone because it had the white marks. It was supposed to be attached, synced up with her earpiece. It was it was a Shure brand microphone, so everything that matched up. It wasn't like it was like somebody just stuck some tape on a microphone and put it out there on eBay. And by the way, does anybody still do eBay? Is that still popping? Is that hot anymore? Seems like eBay is like I hardly see the commercials anymore. I've never used it. I don't know anything. I just saw a movie called the Beanie Bubble. It was decent, very good. About Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg is in the chat room. Everybody, salute this man. He is a supporter, so I respect him. He is in the building. I need to back away because my hat. Hold on. There we go. Keep going. All right. So hats in the view. Salute. Thank you, Big Elvis Chef Burger, for checking in. Make sure you tell 2 friends and leave the third one hanging. Don't tell them about the show. It's back. $40 in donations tonight. Not $40 donations. You can make $40 donation, but in total, I'm looking for $40. If you can do, 5, 10, 15, 20, I'll be very pleased. I'll be very ecstatic. But that's the goal. The target is $40 in donations. So I appreciate you, Big Elvis. That's what I'm saying. Big Elvis the chef. Now, Cardi B. Poor thing trying to go through, the legal battle. See, this is what comes with the territory, kids. Everybody wants to be a rapper and singer and actor, come up through the entertainment game. We saw what happened with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez just got a decade in prison for some dumb stuff, some dumb shit. He got a decade for that. And everybody wants to come up in this game. And you have to be built for it. You got to be built for it because there's going to be lawsuits. There's going to be trials. There's going to be different legal cases that are going to go back and forth. This Cardi B, if you ask me, skipped out on a legal battle over this mic thing. And definitely doesn't have to worry about Tasha K because Tasha K lost the case. She's got to find some way to pay her. She's got it's. I keep getting conflicting reports about 3.2 million or 4 million. Or are they just rounding up? I don't know what the case is, but she just avoided have somebody with a cracked skull because of a microphone going in their face, something like that. She just escaped that. She just got out of harm's way. She was not charged. She was not nothing was brought up against her. But she has the ability to be on, have. Keith. Okay, you know what? I appreciate you being in the room, Keith, but you're not giving up donations. I need at least $5 from you. Then I'll answer the questions. That's for everybody, not just for you. That's for everybody. Keith, I only answer questions if you have a dollar amount attached. So can't answer your questions. You put some dollars on it, I'll be happy to answer. All right, good to go. But Cardi B. She's a smart woman. Like I said, she has sense. She has good sense. And she has an understanding of the entertainment business. She has an understanding of what it is. She's just emotional. That's the issue. She puts, emotion over reason. She goes by whim. She's a whim worshiper. That's what you saw in that famous clip with her and Nicki Minaj. Somebody threw a shoe or someone. Can't remember which one threw it. Something at the other one first. But that was just, a little kerfuffle that occurred. But this is, I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, a microphone that probably sells for what, $40 to $100, if that, is worth $100,000 now because of eBay. But it wasn't, they didn't, pocket it. So some of the person who recovered the microphone, donated to charity, the Las Vegas Friends Circle or something like that, and the Wounded Warrior Project, which is a valid and understandable and credible organization. I think I've benefited from the Wounded Warrior Project somehow. I don't know how, but I think I have. I'm a wounded warrior from my illness, my bipolar disorder. But otherwise, you know, I don't have any connections with Wounded Warrior, but I salute those that do contribute to that credible charity. But Cardi B, lady, just slow down and think. Just slow down and think. If you just respond, you just reacted. And you know, it could have been something bigger. It could have been something, you know, very, you know, trying. It could have been a lawsuit. You just you know got out of and won a lawsuit with Tasha K, who's a vlogger on YouTube. If I have to mention, but this story by SIMRIN SINGH is, you know, talking about how the fan did actually make a police complaint, but Cardi B was not charged in any way. It was completely, you know, it fell off. And this is a while ago. This actually happened on July 29th. But this is just going the news of the microphone being sold. It nearly $100,000. It wasn't even always all the way there at $100,000. It was close to $100,000. So that's really what it was. So again, you got a lot of questions, Keith. I'm not seeing a lot of dollars. You should put some dollar signs on them. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. But you know, as long as you don't have them dollars, can't help you. But thank you for being in the room. Thank you for being in the chat. I see 3 people in my chat, my view count, with 1 like. I appreciate everybody that's in there and the 1 like itself. Thank you. Because Cardi B's got to get, you know, got to get this railroad. She's got to get this railroad. She's too, you know, out there. She's, you know, she has 1 album, if you can believe that. Came out in 2018, Invasion of Privacy. Every single song on that album has went platinum or better, has went platinum or diamond. That's a fact. She's the only artist to ever do that in life, and ever. Not Michael Jackson, not the Beatles, not Metallica, not Notorious B.I.G., not Tupac. Cardi B. Cardi B did it. I didn't know that. About the Michael Jackson love selling for four. What's that? For 5 million? I didn't know that. I didn't know about that. But Cardi B, she can eat off of her own album for the rest of her life. She's got millions of dollars worth of material that she crafted. She made it possible. And that's what makes her special. That is so true. Every song, all of it. She's made recording industry. What does RIA stand for? Hold on, let me look it up. I know it's recording industry something. Recording Industry Association of America. She made history. 2018, she's still eating. She's still doing features and stuff, but she has only 1 album. Everybody else would expect her, you know, to have a few albums already, but no, she just has 1. And that's all she needs, really, if you want to just count for being a millionaire and so, you know, living the lavish life. That's all she has to do is just eat off of that 1 album. But she continues to tour. She continues to go to the clubs. Apparently, you know, she's throwing microphones and people are picking them up, you know, and filing police complaints, and she skated away. She didn't get any charges. Fortunate enough for her. She just took on upon herself to be someone that is of credibility. On the mic, she's not the best female rapper, especially not at this out now. Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper right now. There's Megan Thee Stallion, there's the City Girls, there's Ice Spice, there's Summer Walker, Glorilla. Okay, but I think Nicki slays all of them. She by saying that she's essentially saying I'm the hottest female rapper of all time, and people are she's not, in my book, not that, but she's stating it to herself. Richard James, salute to you, sir. Salute. Thank you very much for reading my story. We'll get to that in a few minutes. I have a new angle on the story. But thank you very much, and thank you for sharing my story. Thank you for sharing the site. Yes, Richard James. True. Cardi B is one of the best to ever do it. I can't hate. I'm not going to hate on her. I'm not going to hate. She's one of the best. She has a flow. She doesn't have, she's not like Queen Latifah on the mic. She's not doing anything like that. Let's not kid ourselves. She's not like, lyrical and, dense rhymes and, understanding metaphors and things like that. She's not that kind of rapper. She's not that kind of hip hop. But she does, bring home the money. Oh, that's interesting, Richard James. Did you know her at all? Did you meet her? Like this, look. Okay, so I appreciate that, Keith. Thank you. I just saw that. You're not asking a question, so I'll acknowledge you. But if you want me to answer a question, and that goes for you too, Richard James, you got to put a dollar sign next to it. I got to have the dollar sign next to it. I got to have this money machine going. Can't just be the machine. It's got to be a money machine. That was refreshing. Cardi B. Very close, girl. You're very close. You're almost in the clutches of the law. You almost brought it to the level of. Why I disagree with that, Keith. Queen Latifah is the greatest female rapper. She's the GOAT. Queen Latifah. Definitely. She put her foot on, people's heads, with her lyrics and her style and her presence, her aura. I mean, MC Lyte's definitely top 5. She's my top 5. She's my number 5 slot. Then Lil' Kim, number 4. Number 3, Nicki Minaj. Number 2, Eve. Number 1, Queen Latifah. That's my top 5 female rappers. And I differentiate them like boxers. I hope that makes sense. Hope that is clear. That, I love, MC Lyte. MC Lyte's one of the best MCs ever, man, best rappers ever, female rappers especially. I don't hold that against her. I don't hold anything against her. Cardi B's like way down the list. She's like 29, something like that. There's female rappers. I mean, the rock power to Gangsta Boo, and there's there's Foxy, and there's Trina, and Kaya, and oh my gosh, there's so many other female artists that are ahead of Cardi B in my mind. But Cardi B knows the business of the business. She knows how to get the right collabo, team up with this person, get this producer, get that song out, lay some lyrics down, and watch it go platinum or better, maybe diamond. Who knows? That's how great she is. She's a great artist. She's not one of the best top 10 or top 5. I would not say, maybe not even top 15. But she definitely has within her, lyrics and her whole persona that she's, credible. And with this microphone issue, I just think it's fun. I just started because I was researching and I was like, okay, Cardi B still wants her money for the 4.2, I think it's 4 million or 3.2 to 4 million dollars that she's owed from Tasha K. And I was like, that's an interesting story. That's interesting. But then I said, let's see the latest news on, on Cardi B. And it just flashed up and it said, Mic thrown by Cardi B now up for auction at nearly $100,000. Like, I just said, you know what, damn it, we got to start with that. We gotta roll with that story. That's too great. I disagree with you. Roxanne Shante did not have bars better than Queen Latifah. Stop it. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Don't say that. That's not true. But there's a there's a there's a way that Cardi B, finesses. She finesses the game. She knows how to play the game. That's why she had, Tasha K hemmed up, still hemmed up. Tasha K said, I can't pay. I can't pay you right now. That's why I gotta go, I gotta use, bankruptcy. I gotta go bankrupt because I can't pay you right now. She still has money, I'm sure, but she's got to go bankrupt so it can clear out the debt, and that's probably going to hurt her credit score. It's going to hurt her, her probably whatever if she has a mortgage or whatever she has. But this mic, if she was in the audience, if only she was in the audience, she would have had, at least a piece of the money that to pay Cardi B. After the fact, after the idea, that the mic went for $100,000. That's nowhere near 3.2 million or $4 million. But it'd been a start. So the mic getting thrown into the crowd is just an example of Cardi B just being very whimsical, going off of whim, going off of emotion, feelings. She didn't think for a second, like, or at the mic, like, okay, I just got splashed with a drink. I'm gonna just continue to set, keep rapping. No, she just threw the mic, just didn't think at all, didn't use her rationality, didn't use her mind, just turned off everything and just threw the mic. And was, there is no God, but through the grace of God, through the grace of God, she escaped, police charges. There was a complaint filed. Somebody was looking to, see if she could get some charges on her head. They were dismissed. Every charge, there was no charges filed. They weren't even dismissed. There was no charges to be filed. So if there's ever a chance for someone to clear the air and let it be known that Cardi B is one of the hottest rappers right now, not necessarily of all time, but she's a hot rapper right now. All she has to do is jump on the track and it's going platinum or more. So if you have any qualms with Cardi B, and I suggest you not throw a liquid or a drink on her while she's performing on stage. She might, if that happens again or somebody, is heckling her or something like that, she may think the next time, because then it'll be like a repeat offense. That would be like looked in as the that would look like that she didn't, have full control of her actions and her behavior. She had to have had some consistent expectation of what it meant to be a thoughtful rapper, not a conscious rapper. I'm not talking about conscious rap, which is cool if you like to listen to it. But I'm talking about somebody just thinking on stage, thinking about the bigger picture, thinking about the widescreen picture of what she is and what she's about. Thinking about the reality thinking about the truth of it all, thinking about what could happen. And that's where she is. She is at a point where she can navigate through the game and still be honored and respected on a level, at least by everyone except Nicki Minaj. But she's a good foil, or heel to Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj, for all her records that she's broken, she's the highest single, she's a single high selling female rap artist of all time. Cardi B has not achieved that. Nicki Minaj has albums, okay? Let me make sure how many she has. Let me check this. Let me make 100% sure. I want to make 100% sure how many studio albums she has. She has five. She has 5 studio albums, but none of them have achieved what Cardi B has. She's had platinum singles. She's had, I don't know if she had a diamond. I think she just had platinum songs and platinum albums, but she doesn't have the same caliber of what happened with Cardi B. And Cardi B is probably just sitting. She's not worried. There's no pressure. You can't have 2 goats, by the way. You can't have 2 goats. That's like having 2 number ones. That would be 11. if you tell me what movie that's from, I'll answer one of your questions. Keith, I answer one of your questions if you tell me what movie that's from. So, it just goes to show you that you got to be careful. I mean, somebody's profit. It went for charity, but somebody could have profited off of that. Themselves. Like I said, I was watching the Beanie Baby story, and they were talking about the early days of eBay and how it was transformed by the Beanie Baby culture and the Thai company. Oh, that went down in flames. That whole fiasco was a mess. The Thai guy, he destroyed that company. He had to file for bankruptcy. If he didn't file for bankruptcy, he was being charged for tax evasion. So that's some goofy stuff. But Cardi B, she definitely had the idea of being on that stage and presence and delivering a performance uninhibited by a heckler or somebody that could ruin her show. And she just did the wrong thing but got very lucky. She was very fortunate. Very fortunate. It could have went left really fast. No joke. Could have been very scary for her. Could have been a problem. She has every right to be, crowned the hottest female rapper right now. Not a GOAT. Not the GOAT. Marvelous. Checking in. Respect that target. Do what you can, sir. I appreciate it. Marvelous with the Saturday Night Fever emoji and the 100%, the hundreds emoji. So to wrap it all up, Cardi B, you skated away on this one, lady. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you're a lady. Either you're a woman or a female. You didn't get in trouble this time, but you could get into the next time. So think before you throw. That's all I gotta say. And right now, I have to shift gears and say, as an ad, subscribe to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell him that I sent you. Now, as always, he sends the same amount. You can now see who it is. I can see your okay. Look, you guys send me some money. I'll tell you if you can see the comments. But Marvelous just did Marvelous. I appreciate it. New target is you can figure out how much he sent in. If you do the math, and I have to say, everybody that hasn't sent in a dollar amount, you're freeloading. That's all right. You're in the room, but you're still free riding. He's sending $10. No, he's sending $10. He's sending $5, which I'm appreciative of. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Now the new target is $35. So you just keep chipping away at it. We can get this target done by the end of the show. We got about 29 minutes left. And I want to talk about ruler of the kingdom of the air. This is a thing that has always, bothered me about literature and cinema and, just stories all around. History, actual facts. It's the black man. The black man is seen as I didn't know that, Keith. Thank you for that information. Next time, put in a dollar amount. I keep on, I'll promote your channel or your website or your product. You just send in a donation, and I'll be on it. But my gripe with the history of literature, cinema, and historical facts is that the black man has always been seen as docile on one hand or an over-aggressive brute on the other. There's hardly any stories about a black man that is assertive, that is caring, that is understandable, that is intelligent, that is rational. There are very few of those stories. My story depicts a man of color, a black man, a father, and it is all about being, exactly Marvelous. You hit the nail on the head. All these comments and no donations. See, I answer all Marvelous's questions because he's in here giving out money, and I salute him. I don't care. Oh, $5, and that's $5 I didn't have. I appreciate that. I don't care. He put money on it. He put money on my name. Anyway, black men are maligned in the history of cinema and literature. They're looked at as thugs, brutes, animals, vicious, everything, even metaphors like King Kong. That's about black people going after, the black man going after a white woman. Everybody knows that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, brain surgeon, a cartographer, a map maker. You don't have to be brilliant to know that there are so many people that have also, pointed out that the King Kong is a black man. And the white woman, clings to him, and then he gets, I'm spoiling it, but he gets shot off the, I think it's the Empire State Building, and, he dies. It's the same thing. I mean, even Paul Mooney said, the late great Paul Mooney, he said that Frankenstein was probably Frankenstein was probably a nigger, he said, because he was always getting chased by white people, and he was always misunderstood, didn't understand what he's saying. Just like he saw the little white girl pick up a rock and throw it in the ocean or the lake or wherever the body of water was. And he said, well, wait a minute, I can pick you up and throw you in the lake. And he did it. Like, it's like, that's what it is, though. But it doesn't matter. You can go through all history. Even Denzel Washington's characters, they're flawed in some way. They have some, flaw against them. And you know what? To tell the truth, it's like that for white, brown, red, and yellow. you know, but especially black men, especially black men. So this story, ruler of the kingdom of the air, features a strong, black, intelligent man who is on a quest. He's on a quest for truth and justice. That's what he wants for his son and his wife, his newborn baby, and his better half. That's what he wants. He desires that, and he will do anything within the law to find out what it means behind his son's birth. Why is he this way? Why is he in this condition? That's what this story is all about. That's what it is, on. That is what the whole point of it is. I see. It's nothing about the skull. It's of the air, of the air. Cowboys Nation, GM salute. Hey, guess what? It's money time. Welcome and salute. Donate to Target. $5. Yeah, it's Cowboys Nation. I know this is not my room. This is my dad's room. This has the best lighting, I think. I have light on both sides. There's no shadow. It's a good look for me, if I must say so myself. But like I said, even in history, we're giving Martin Luther King. You might get Malcolm X, which is arguably they're both arguably good, in their way. You might get Frederick Douglass. He's a strong figure as well, but you're not going to get the man like Troy Star Terrain describes, like his father. The black man in the South, and my father. Black man up north that's strong and cared for his family and still continues to care for his family. Cares for me. But that's what is my gripe with the whole work canon of American, English, Indian, Japanese, everything. Maybe Africa, they have, strong black men, but they probably still have flaws. Wole Soyinka, a Nobel laureate, he's in his 80s, or he might be 90 by now. Let me make sure. Wait, let me make 100% sure, and I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so he's 89. He'll be 90 next year. His stories, I don't know too much about, but I've read, Chinua Achebe, Things That Fall Apart, and I didn't get the sense that there were, heroes in the book. That's what I didn't get. I didn't get a sense that there were people that were, especially black men, that were, in abundance of character and, had integrity and honesty and all the virtues that go into being a man. So, hey, Marvelous, watch it now. Don't. If you're gonna hate, you can hate, but just be careful. You can hate. I see you hating in there, but I appreciate what you've done for me. You can, like I said, you can hate all you want. Just let it be known. You're gonna go at him. Go at him. Yes, exactly. You pay to hate. Exactly. You put it in. Then he does the Saturday Night Fever thing. I love that Saturday Night Fever emoji, and I hate emojis. The only emojis I really like are the thumbs up, and that's about it. The thumbs up, and that's about it. I can't think of any more I like. Maybe the fist bump. Yeah, the fist bump is cool too. To Marcellus, it's marvelous. Richard James, marvelous, not Marcellus. But anyway, you just think about your ideas. Even black women, they're either mammies or Jezebels. They're seen as a shoulder to cry on. I saw that just in the movie, the Beanie Bubble. I saw that, you see it in anything. Gone with the Wind, it's always, a black character, black female character, and I applaud them. This is the blue. This is part of the blues. You have to applaud them for having a check and being able to, feed their families and feed themselves. But they have the worst roles ever. They take on roles, look at The Help. The Help came out in 2011. Supposed to be about, these black women caring for these children. And, but it just seems like that's what we got to do. We got to do maids, but it has to have a clever twist. It has to have a clever kind of idea. So it's not just black maids. They have to have some element of agency, or nobody would have watched it, it wouldn't have become a hit for what it was worth. But you look at Denzel. Denzel won the Oscar. And Jada and Halle Berry won the Oscar same year. Why did Denzel have to be? Why did Halle Berry have to get popped by a white man to get an Oscar, and why did Denzel have to be crooked before he took it? Exactly. I can't say anything else because I get a copyright strike. So I'm just going to say that, with the amount of people that have, supported these, very talented individuals, Denzel Washington, and Halle Berry. I mean, it's just a sad shame. It's just sad. It's just sad because they got their golden statuettes. They were the king and queen of the prom. They won. But what for? What though? Why couldn't they win for having a a virtuous character, a character that Denzel has played in the past? He's definitely a man that has been in a uniform at least 4 or 5 times. I think I'm thinking just off the hand, a Soldier Story, which he plays a special kind of character. I won't spoil it for you, but Soldier Story, Pelican Brief. No, not Pelican Brief. Wait, what's that one? Hold on. He had, let me see. Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide. Was it? He had a whole lot. He had a whole lot. He directed a few. He was in and there's another story that gets overlooked. The Hurricane, where he played Reuben Hurricane Carter. But he had to go to prison. He had some kind of way of being on the wrong side of the law, even though he might have been innocent. I'm looking for it. Looking for it. Antoine Fisher. Antoine Fisher was in the Navy. Courage Under Fire. He was in the Army. That aforementioned, I told you about a Soldier Story. He was in the Army. Glory. He was in the Army. Let me see this one. Okay, and then he played another cop in a movie called Virtuosity. But that's just the irony of it all. The irony of that, whole idea about him, being, on that level. Why can't we see like 10 to 100 films of just virtuous black men? Just virtuous, upstanding, righteous citizens. That's what ruler of the kingdom of the sky, of the air. I mess up my own title. Ruler of the kingdom of the air will have for you. It will present to you that ideal of a black man that stands up for what is right, that stands up for his own mind. Marvelous, you asking me why we can't see a donation? I'm asking them. I would love to see them send in a donation. Richard James and Keith. I would love to see donations, but I like you put question marks on it, so I answer your question because you gave out money, and now I'm at zero. I'm at 0 viewers. I was up to 6. That's what my highest concurrent was 6. Now I'm talking to myself and the rebroadcast audience. All right, so Richard James, you'll come in. Marvelous, you'll come in. You'll come. It'll pop up 1, 2 probably in the next few seconds. But I just want to rant here. I just want it to be known that black men have been castigated, literally castrated, have been beat, burned, and doused with tar and feather, have been broken, and it's time for men and women to champion the black man, to show that he's more than just a criminal or just somebody that's lurking in the streets or someone that's on the side of the wrong in every situation. What do we get? What do we get? We get Nino Brown, and that's the person that people celebrate. They don't celebrate Ice-T's character, the cop. That was probably some black, dark skin versus light skin hate in that movie. That was a lot of dark skin and light skin hate, I think, in New Jack City. even then, am I my brother's keeper? Michael, I think I'm pretty sure his name is Michael Payne. His character and Wesley Snipes' character. Am I my brother's keeper? You got to see the movie. Classic. Maybe even monumental. Just based on, its influence. Even Bow Wow had an album called New Jack City, I think, or something like that. He had his own understanding of what it was, and I don't know why, because we're not associating Bow Wow or Shad Moss with being a drug lord. So I don't know what that was about, but that's neither here nor there. No, we're conditioned to think that black men are ready to be criminals, ready to be predators, ready to be sexualized, whether we're presented with images of men of color and black men, grappling with each other and fighting against each other. Black on black crime, they call it. That's the sadness. That's the sad part of all of this. Is the fact that they don't have, the backbone, the courage, the idea to be, totally committed to the virtues and the values that go into being a black man. And that's any man really, but especially black men. Especially black men. They're not worshipped enough. They're not glorified enough. So it takes a whole idea of who black men are, who they are, and especially in regard to America, United States of America, what they're supposed, because that's what people see. People see, Minister Society, and they say, "Oh, that's all black men. That's all they are. Criminals, ready to kill somebody or ready to do a jack move, boys in the hood, ready to shoot each other up." And these are I would say they're monumental films because of the ability to convey a message in such a clear way as John Singleton and the Hughes brothers did with those movies. That's what is so important. All right, is this what is about play to play, Marvelous? I never heard of that. I never heard of pay to play. What who stars in that? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Pay to play. All right, there's a few pay to plays. Okay, I see. Okay, pay to play. Democracy's high stakes. I understand. That came out in 2014 though. I don't know. Uh that was a documentary, I believe. But back to the lecture at hand, ruler of the kingdom of the air. That story embodies the idea of a black man doing the right thing. Not like in the movie Do the Right Thing, which I think he done, but Spike Lee did the wrong thing. That movie's been hailed by many critics as one of the greatest films ever made. In all of cinema, it's been ranked, high upon charts and ranking systems. That's the best movie that Spike Lee has ever made, and that it is one of the best anybody has ever made. I disagree. It started me on my quest for being a screenwriter and one day being a director. I have to give Spike Lee credit because I did watch the film and I liked it. I really did until I understood more so what it meant beyond the racial tension and everything that goes on in the movie. Um, but I do recognize the fact that he didn't he doesn't display the black man as he should be. And there's one movie that he definitely does unequivocally, but who gets the more shine? The person that got more shine was Clive Owen in uh Inside Man. Clive Owen was the bank robber in Inside Man, and he got more play. He got more attention. He got more idea out of him. So that's just the blues. That's just the blues. That's the price that has to be paid for the black man to continue to be looked at as somebody that is not to be trusted. Sadly. But in ruler of the kingdom of the air, let me make sure I put that in there right now. We have a strong tower with green Stockwell. And if you just go to this link and read the story, shouldn't take more than 16 minutes. I have the exact amount of time that you should be able to read it. Go to it, share, let other people know this is the best story ever made. No, it's the best story I have ever written so far. And it just, it took me about, I say an hour, maybe an hour and a half to craft it all, make it into what I want it to be. And there's more people piling into the room now. I'm up to 7. 7 people in the room. Put a 1 up if you're in the live chat. Put a 1 up right now. Let me see who's. Oh, I've only got one person. That's marvelous. That put up money today. So if you all right now, it's dropping. Went to 5, then to 4. So whoever's in here, be like marvelous. That's who you should be like. But if you don't want to donate money, there's always the link, and it costs you nothing, and there's no ads or anything on the site, no ads whatsoever. the stock market covers this company, so you don't have to worry about any ads. Now they have it's a freemium based. You can be free on the site, but it's also premium. It's for there's perks for being in the premium club. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes it a great site. So if you have the time, just 16 minutes out of your life, just a little over 15 minutes, make sure that you read and you understand and that you share Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. That is most important. I have to win this challenge. I have to get a number one. I've never got a number one. I got 1 bronze and 2 silvers in my day, and that accounted for $1,250. $1,250 I've earned. Richard James, you're asking a question. Once again, you must have forgot. You don't have a dollar amount attached to it. I can't answer you. It's just a question that's in the wind. But this is my greatest work so far, work of fiction. I've dabbled in nonfiction as well. I have over, wow, let me check how many I have. I'm going to check for a second. I have 1,687 stories to my credit. So I appreciate you taking the time and looking up Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. So, all these different stories that are floating around the internet. People are, rushing to get that number one spot. I'm trying to hover over and land on it. People are rushing in, but I'm just going to land on it. Because like I said, going back to my whole point, this whole, half hour of the show, I want the black man to look like James Bond, like Howard Rourke, like John Galt, like, all these different, winners. When has James Bond ever lost? He gets the girls, he gets the guns, he gets the gadgets. He doesn't lose. Same thing with Howard Rourke. He may suffer, but he prevails in the end. John Galt prevails in the end. Has all the virtues. Has a complete philosophical framework. I guess, right? Who is John Galt? I'm not going to get into the answer to that. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's a philosophy behind the idea of what Ayn Rand put into one of her main characters of all time. But I do like what Richard James has just said. Django did that a little as well. Django Unchained was the closest I've seen, even though he wasn't as vocal or he didn't show intelligence in that regard. He still had a heroic standpoint, in that film. So I have to give credit to Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx for linking up and making a movie that was both entertaining and enlightening and just fun. It was just fun, to watch. And he was a hero. That's what you don't get with most black people, black men in movies. They're heroes. So you can be a hero if you just send in a few dollars. It's not too late. My time is almost up, but if you read and understand the story, feel free to share it with your mother, your father, your auntie, your cousins, your uncles, everybody, and let it be known that I'm serious about mine. All right, I want to thank everybody that was in the live chat today. I appreciate Marvelous for donating. We didn't make the target. $35 is still hanging out there somewhere. But he definitely, sent in enough money to keep me going. So I appreciate that. And I thank you all for viewing, and all the rebroadcast people. Thank you for viewing. Make sure you share. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.